Cyrus S. Poonawalla, Dilip Sanghvi, Murli Divi. You know what? Pharmaceuticals in India have produced the highest number of billionaires, about 137 in total. Speaking of pharma industry, it is ranked 3rd in the terms of volume and 14th in terms of value globally. And it's worth noting that this industry has grown from zero and became world leader. Indian pharmaceuticals have a good reputation worldwide, and we have reputable firms such as Serum Institute of India, Cipla, Sun Pharma, Abbott India, Lupin, Zydus, Biocon, etc. The pharmaceutical industry is what we all Indians are really proud of. But when it comes to investing, is the pharma industry really a good sector to invest in 2023? Let's take a look at the current situation and future prospects in detail. Pharma industry contributes about 2% to India's GDP and around 8% to the country's total merchandise exports. It is one of the fastest growing industries in the world, which is projected to grow by a staggering 754% between 2017 and 2060. Almost 200 nations receive Indian pharmaceutical exports every year, and India contributes nearly 50% of Africa's need for generic drugs, over 40% of the US demand for generics, and about 25% of the UK's total demand for drugs. At the current stage, the Indian pharma industry features the most US FDA approved pharma plants outside of the US, over 3,000 pharma businesses with a robust network of over 10,500 manufacturing facilities. In this video, let's talk about two segments. One is the major segment in the pharma industry and another one is the future of this industry. They are generic drug and innovative drugs. India is one of the largest producers of generic drugs in the world. According to the data from Pharmaceuticals, generic drugs produced by the Indian pharmaceutical industry accounts for about 20% of the global market share, and this proportion is still growing. Indian pharmaceutical companies have accumulated rich experience and technology in the field of generic drugs, enabling them to produce a wide range of generic drugs quickly and efficiently. These drugs include most of the medicines used to treat common diseases around the world, such as antibiotics, heart disease drugs, hypertension drugs, anti-cancerous drugs, HIV/AIDS drugs, and so on. According to the data from the Indian Pharmaceutical Association, by 2023, the market size of the Indian generic drug industry is expected to exceed $40 billion. In addition, the prices of Indian generic drugs are relatively low, making them a very attractive option for the domestic market and for many developing countries. But why are the prices of Indian generic drugs low? Let's explore the reasons together. The first reason is low production cost. Another reason being no patent protection. The last reason being large-scale production. The market size of India's innovative drug industry is relatively small and accounts for a smaller portion of India's pharmaceutical industry. According to the Indian Pharmaceutical Industry Association, the market size of India's innovative drug industry is expected to exceed $2 billion by 2023. But some of the India's innovative drug pharmaceutical companies have advanced technology and research and development capabilities, which enable them to produce high-quality innovative drugs and have certain competitiveness in the international market. For example, Sun Pharma has become one of the largest innovative drug companies in the world and is gaining recognition in the international market. But now the question arises, why is the scale of innovative drugs relatively small? Let's look into the reasons in detail. The first reason is long R&D cycle and high cost. And the another reason is intellectual property protection. Due to relatively low production cost of generic medicines and high market demand, most companies focus on producing generic drugs which further provide them good profit margins without any market risk, and this hinders the development of innovative drugs in India. Let me explain it easily by giving you a real example. Suven Life Sciences invested a large amount of money in developing a new drug called SUVN502 for the treatment of Parkinson's disease. The drug development process was divided into 3 stages: early discovery and research, preclinical test and safety evaluation, and clinical trials. The first two stages made good progress and results were good, making the drug a potential treatment for Parkinson's disease. However, when it entered the clinical trial stage, many problems discovered at this particular phase. First, the drug did not show the expected therapeutic effects and it was not better than the available drugs in the market. Second, the drug had the severe side effects such as dizziness, nausea, drowsiness, and some patients even experienced hallucinations and psychotic symptoms. Due to these issues, the clinical trial was ultimately forced to stop, and Suven Life Sciences announced that they are giving up the development of the drug. This failure not only caused Suven Life Sciences to suffer huge losses, but also was a blow to the Indian pharmaceutical industry in the development of innovative drugs.